Welcome. Today, we're going to dive into a really charming story. It's not just great for practicing some fantastic English vocabulary and grammar, but it also gets into the magical mystery of a town called Autumn Creek and its legendary ghost.
So here's a quick look at where we're headed. We're going to journey through 5 parts of the story, following a Halloween adventure to see if we can uncover the truth behind this friendly little ghost. All right, let's kick things off with Chapter 1, The Legend of Wisp. Our story takes place in this super charming town, Autumn Creek. And this place holds a very special legend close to its heart. A story about a playful spirit named Wisp who just absolutely loved Halloween.
Now you should know, this wasn't your typical scary ghost story. Not at all. The townspeople were actually really fond of Wisp. The ghost's pranks were just part of the fun, a beloved Halloween tradition in town.
So this year, 3 friends decide they're going to investigate. We've got Maya, who's new in town and totally captivated by the story. Then there's Tom, the classic skeptic who's like, I'll believe it when I see it. And finally, Lucy, a true believer whose own grandmother swore she'd seen Wisp herself.
So what do you do when you're about to go ghost hunting? You get advice, right? So they visit Mr. Abernathy, the town's oldest resident and its unofficial historian. And he describes Wisp with a very specific and very important word. He calls the ghost mischievous. And the definition of mischievous really just unlocks Wisp's whole personality. The key phrase here is in a playful way. See, this isn't some scary, malicious spirit. The trouble it causes is all in good fun. Think more like a playful puppy, not some menacing monster. This one word is absolutely crucial to understanding the entire story.
Okay, so you've got Maya's curiosity, Tom's doubt, and Lucy's solid belief. You mix all that together, and, well, it leads them to make a pact. They are going to find real proof that Wisp exists. And this decision kicks off Chapter 2, A Pact for Proof. This is where the real adventure begins.
So what's the plan? A stakeout? A Halloween night vigil in the old pumpkin patch, right next to the mysterious woods. And they don't take this lightly either. They pack flashlights, blankets, hot apple cider. They prepare for the night like truly seasoned explorers.
And that word, seasoned, it's such a great one. It tells us they were prepared like absolute pros, as if this wasn't their first expedition. You might hear about a seasoned traveler or a seasoned professional. It always means someone who knows what they're doing. It just shows us how seriously our friends were taking this whole quest.
But before they leave, Mr. Abernathy gives them this cryptic but really important piece of advice. He tells them not to try and trap the ghost, but to just invite it to play. And this idea, it completely changes their whole mission from an investigation into an invitation.
And this brings us right to the heart of the story. Chapter 3, The Midnight Glow. Just try to picture it. Our 3 friends are waiting in the pumpkin patch, huddled together for warmth and courage as the night gets darker. And, yeah, definitely spookier.
So, the scene is set. A low, gentle fog starts to roll in from the hollow, just blanketing the whole field in this silvery white mist. The air gets really still, just thick with mystery.
And to top it all off, you've got the full moon, casting these long, kind of creepy shadows that seem to dance and twist. Every little snap of a twig or hoot of an owl just makes the friends jump with this mix of fear and pure excitement. And here's where we see a really cool grammar point in action. Notice the past continuous tense. We're huddling and we're sharing. See how that describes the background scene? What was happening over time? Then, bam! The simple past tense hits. Appeared, detached, and that signals the sudden main actions that interrupt everything. It's a fantastic way to build suspense in a story. And then, just as they're starting to think maybe it was all just a story, it happens. A strange glow appears at the edge of the woods. It's described as a soft, pulsing, ethereal blue light. This word, ethereal, it is just perfect for this moment. It describes something so delicate and light that it almost seems like it's not from this world. It's otherworldly, and it's beautiful. And this is the final confirmation that Wisp isn't some scary monster, but something truly magical.
So the friends have just come face to face with a real-life legend. But what happens next isn't a fright, it's something else entirely. It's what the story calls in Chapter 4, a ghostly gift.
Instead of being scared, Maya remembers Mr. Abernathy's advice. She gets this sudden surge of courage, and she whispers out into the night,
that simple invitation. And this is the turning point.
In response, the light flickers brightly, as if it's saying yes. It zips over to a big oak tree, circles one of the branches, and then, poof, it vanishes. The friends, now just bursting with curiosity, run over to see what the ghost was pointing to. And tucked away in the tree, they find this small bag. Inside isn't some great treasure, but something way more meaningful. 3 smooth stones, each painted with a smiling, glowing pumpkin face. It was a gift, a thank you for their invitation. And that right there brings us to our final chapter, magic and friendship. Because as the story ends, it's pretty clear the kids discovered something far more valuable than just proof that night.
See, they didn't just find a ghost, they made a connection. They learned that the real magic of their town wasn't some spooky legend, but a story about kindness and about the possibility of finding a friend in the most unexpected of places. And that leaves us with one final thought. Every town has its own legends, its own wisp. So what are the stories that make your town or your home a special and maybe even a magical place?